Welcome to a great final we have here, a great matchup as per usual. The standard I've seen today at 10-ball Invitational, at our 10-ball competition, we only have 2 a year and we only invite the top 16. I mean, the standard today is probably the best I've ever seen in CueSoc. What do you think, Marcus?
Hi, my name's Marcus and commentating with me is Mark.
Bro, you just have to make it all awkward, don't you?
So, just give you an idea, so we're playing 10-ball today, this is the final. Our players are Lochie Bown and Haisum Siddique.
Yes.
And
Bown?
Lochie Bown.
Yeah, get his last
I
name right.
butchered his name on purpose. So they're playing to 7, I believe. Yes?
Race to 7 to finish off today. It's been a really long day. And I mean, they want to race to 21, but I think Haisum's convinced he's going to rack it 7-0.
Yeah.
With a 5-star. No 5 stars. No head starts in our CueSoc comps.
Alright.
Just to introduce the players a little bit. So Lochie is quite well known in CueSoc, our ex-president. He is now in 3rd year, the end of 3rd year, doing a commerce degree. And we've got Haisum as well, who's in our year, Marcus, end of 4th year. He's studying at Macquarie, Lochie at UNSW. Really nice to see the representation today. And yeah, off with a good break. Dry though.
That's not the opening shot that Lochie wants. Yeah, I think it just mishit the 1 ball. Yeah, so if you don't know, it's a 10 ball. Yeah, you have to hit the balls in the order that they are. So 1 till 10.
Yellow, blue, red, pink, orange. I've been watching too much Matchroom Pool. So it should go pink then orange. Pink is the 4, orange is the 5, green 6, brown 7, black 8, yellow stripe 9, and blue stripe 10. For the people that don't know the rules, obviously. Format-wise, winners break. So the winner of the frame will break the next frame. We also have a 3-foul rule in place as well. So the objective is if you can actually make your opponent foul 3 times in a row, or 3 consecutive fouls, then it's a loss of frame for your opponent. So very interesting rule there. Sort of spices things up. Haisum rattling the 4 there.
I think that's just a little bit rushed.
Yeah, a little bit rushed, but
Could
again,
always be a
difficult part.
Yeah. But anyways, these players that are playing the final today, wow, they've had a really good day.
I mean, what I started with, I still agree with what I was saying earlier. The standard today has been phenomenal.
Yeah, so the format of today, we had group stage, which was consistent
Beautiful shot on the 4, actually.
4 players playing each other.
Very nice
And
touch on the
then-
4 from Lochie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
4 groups of 4.
then,
Sorry, I
then the
interrupted.
quarters, and then the semi-final, and now we're in the final.
So yeah, it goes from group stage advancing to our single elim, and the group stage is round robin. It's our only CueSoc comp actually that has round robin in it, and we do that because we want the top 16 to come and have a good hit. Nice shot from Lochie, good control.
But no, he's trying to back.
I think he's
cue ball back just a bit too far.
Yeah.
That's 1-7.
I think he just wanted to sort of touch it a little bit, not, pull back too hard. Yeah. So he's got his jump out.
Yeah, this is an easy jump for Lochie.
Difficult,
Yeah,
to say the least.
shot.
Difficult because you're going a full length of the table. Now, Marcus, when you go a full length of the table to jump, correct me if I'm wrong.
More chance of error.
Not more, just more chance of error, but definitely we're looking at bouncing off the table or missing because you've got
Just like
you've got such a hard sort of target, very hard target. Yeah. Haisum with the ball in hand. Now, a ball in hand in 10 ball, in my opinion, is the most crucial ball in hand you'll ever get in any format of the game. That's what I think. If you get a ball in hand off the 5, you can run 5 balls. You have to run 5 balls, and if you miss it, you miss it. That's it. Haisum with a great touch on the 6, playing the shot on the 7 now.
Looks like he's playing draw. Yeah.
Oh, a bit rusty, and a scratch.
You know what? It has to be said that I think both of these players playing right now, they're feeling a lot of the fatigue.
Yeah.
Because we have played a
Since
tremendous amount of
since
ball
10
today,
a.m.
so
Since 10 a.m. these guys have been playing. They had a quick lunch break in the middle, but 10 minutes to get outside and get some air is difficult, to say the least. Very difficult.
And I mean, their semis match just before this was also to 7, so you know it's quite. It's not easy. I think they've eaten.
Let's hope so. We're not here to starve in CueSoc. Nice little touch there from Lochie. Beautiful,
nice
beautiful
really
shot.
Nice shot.
The control there, I mean, was just phenomenal. He got that exactly as the way he needed it.
I mean, he was focusing more on the 8, but you know, it rolled quite nicely for the 9. So
I mean, Lochie's tended to I've known him to sort of crack in the final and get really affected by pressure and fatigue. But today he started off strong. First rack down in the race to 7. So good job from Lochie. Speaking of the players who came today, I actually want to sort of briefly discuss everyone that came. There's only 16 people here, and the exec team choose who comes. So we want to obviously have a look into not just handicaps, but how is everyone playing? How's everyone playing in league? How's everyone playing in races? We look into that and we see how can we sort of manipulate the groups out of the 4 groups of 4 such that we are getting the best quality races possible.
That is a great question.
And I mean, it's difficult. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. But from myself and Derek's point of view, we obviously organised it together.
Yeah.
We managed to divide it up pretty evenly. Now,
Yeah.
Lochie was in Group A. He played with Will, Joe, and Harris.
Mm-hmm.
All great players. I mean, Joe sort of coming up from the Vietnamese community, doing really well in that group, and we thought let's give him a chance here. Harris as well, a sort of legend of CueSoc, and Will losing a really tough semi-final to Haisum here. And I mean, I watched that semi-final where Will was just playing out of his skin, and you would have seen that too. Haisum just a class act.
Yeah, some of the pool I've seen Haisum play today has been really, really high level. So I know. I mean, of course, there's going to be a little bit of fatigue.
I mean, his
here and
focus,
there,
bro, is very good.
Yeah,
You'll see. Yeah, you're right. You'll see a little bit of it here and there, but I mean, his focus is just great. He rolls everything in really well. He plays everything really fine and perfect. I really like it. Lochie losing 1 match only in his group stage, placing him second to Will. The other 2 beating Joe and Harris. I mean, fantastic result there from Lochie.
We're playing it now.
Taking a look at Group B, which was Haisum's group, we actually got to see Minjae and Haisum advance in that one. Now, Minjae also made the semi-final today. Minjae beating Haisum as well, which was a very interesting result, considering we haven't seen this man lose in a long time.
I mean, the race is out to 4. You know, there's always in the group stage. There's always a chance that you get some unexpected scores. But the good thing about the group stage is that you play everyone at least once, so you know you at least have a chance to kind of
definitely.
have a lot of chances to.
Good shot there from Lochie on the 7 to the 9. Although left it slightly tight, he could rattle this if he doesn't focus. Oh, he's played it really well. That is beautiful. Couple of rails around,
Nice shot.
and a little tricky on this 10 ball, Marcus, don't you think?
Yeah.
Marcus is going to just slightly amend and adjust the magic rack there, because you want to get sort of a third party to do this. You don't want to move that 10 ball, that object ball, too far. It is the winning ball of the frame as well, so you got to make sure you get it exactly right, and I think Marcus has gotten it out beautifully there. But a difficult cut there from Lochie. I mean, he's got it hard, to say the least. When you miss position on one ball and you start playing catch-up, it can sort of get to this level here where you're playing a nice spot on the 10. I mean, he's calling the cut, I believe. He just has to get the speed right. If he misses this, it could be a frame giveaway here. He's got it. That is fantastic. I mean, that is fantastic. Doesn't look very hard, but you should see that the angle for you to get that shot right on these tables is pretty good. Exactly. Well said by Lochie. When you have these great players, they make shots look easy. Also in Haisum's group, we had Justin, Wang, and Raymond. Two, fantastic players. Like, Raymond's sort of been on the come up recently, been racing a lot, but sadly didn't perform as we expected. Lost 4-0 twice to Minjae and Haisum, and Justin, he lost 4-3. So tricky. I mean, it's not easy sometimes, and for someone who's been playing really good pool, it's hard. And Justin as well. We've seen some great moments from him on the CueSoc channel. So for him not to make it through just goes to show how competitive this event really is.
It's a good break by Lochie.
Open, very open break. He made the 2.
Might be hooked on the 6. Tough to say.
Hook behind the 6. Has he got his... No, if he doesn't have his jump cue out, it's a good sign. Calling the...
So he's going to jump it.
Calling the double jump, is he? Oh, a single jump. Okay. Tricky jump. It's one of these long table ones. Now, from the angle we're sitting, it's quite difficult, but there might be a possibility of a swerve here as well.
Definitely not.
I can't see from where I'm sitting.
No. The jump is definitely the right choice here.
Is it just... he's calling a push out. Okay. Wide range of choices here. Yeah, so the jump's very hard. What would you do, Marcus?
The one is quite, close to the pocket, so just hitting the one ball has a good chance of potting it, but I think the jump is still hard, definitely, because it was on table. There's always a chance, you can just completely miss it.
Wow, yeah. A smart push there from Lochie, actually. Haisum being one of those players who will more likely than not take a push and take an ambitious pot, because he's honestly one of the best potters CueSoc's got right now. Lochie winning the mental game there really well.
That was just a smart play.
Very smart play, yeah.
Always force. I always think if you don't feel comfortable with the shot, always kind of give your opponent a tough shot and kind of just let them put the pressure back on them. That's the way I see it.
Let them deal with it.
Yeah, because obviously you have to know who you're playing and what ideally you try and kind of outplay them mentally. But for the most part, it's about playing the smart choices.
Exactly, yeah.
Increasing your percentages.
Exactly, yeah, definitely.
So Haisum's lost position to the cue ball here. He's behind the 9. He's going to be kicking 1 rail at this 4. Definitely needs to make contact. Which he did. Yep.
And I think it's landed safe as well.
Yeah.
If you hit that bottom end of the 4.
He hit the.
It's a bottom. It should be the bottom end. Or is it the top end?
Right hand side of
the right hand side. No, the camera's.
Depends. Maybe the top side. Yeah.
It's the top side.
From the camera's angle.
Yeah. Careless. Unlucky. Unfortunate as well, though, from Lochie. Pretty careless.
Unforced error.
Yeah. Difficult ball in hand here, though. Very difficult. You're kind of presented with a lot of choices here. You can play. Can you play the 4 past the 7? Do you take the safety? Do you try and take the bank even? There's a couple of options. I think Haisum's just going for a safety here, possibly. A lock behind the 6. Yeah.
I like the shot.
It's a nice shot, and it's a shot that's not too difficult to execute
if
you play.
It's not if you have ball in hand.
If you have ball in hand,
you can judge the speed of that pretty easily.
No, he's left Lochie with just a tight shot there on the 6. It's not easy at all. No. Not easy at all. He might have to kick 2 rails or 1 rail.
Lochie's only objective is to hit the 4 ball here.
Lochie's pretty good at kicking. Kicking, obviously.
Most people. Would you say most people have a system, or most people play by feel? Because for me, I have a 2 rail system, but
I think it's
beyond that. I have no idea.
No, here we go.
And he's hit it.
He nicked an edge of it.
Hit it. He hasn't.
Oh, it's made the rail.
Oh, it's made the rail.
It has made the rail. That is fantastic. Yeah. Just to go through a bit of ruling on definitions as well. Kicking being when you go cue ball, then rail, then ball. Opposed to the bank, which is cue ball to the object ball, then to the rail, then to the pocket.
You always have to hit a rail after you make contact with the object ball.
I was about to say that, yeah. It's to avoid snooker type shots, essentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You need to hit a rail after making contact with the object ball.
If you don't pot it.
Yeah. It's a good rule that a lot of people will play. Haisum with good control on that 5 ball. That is fantastic. I mean, that is great control. A couple of rails around. From 6 to 7 now, I think that's definitely makeable. If he just plays his percentages correctly, he should be able to just stun it off the rail. Good stuff. Lovely.
Definitely the main thing for these players, I think, is just staying focused, because I think all these shots, they're favored to make the majority of the shots that you're seeing here.
Exactly.
It's just about staying focused, staying in line, not losing control of the cue ball.
Exactly.
So, yeah, getting a feel for the table. I'm sure these players at this point of the tournament getting quite comfortable with the conditions. Of course, the TV table is sometimes different.
Yeah.
Haisum looks pretty comfortable here. Just needs to stay focused.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
It's in a nice position here. Just make sure you pot the 9.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
He was focused really well.
It's very easy to do. Especially at the end of the rack. You've probably done a lot of hard work just to get down to the last few balls. So just staying focused is something that it takes a very experienced player.
Exactly, yeah.
To be consistent with that.
Haisum with another chance though. Going for a cross bank. Where's this 9 ball going to end up now? Lochie's got a shot here.
This is not looking good for Haisum, actually.
Yeah, so...
It must be said.
Yeah. If Lochie just plays this with good control, just slowly just taps it in, yeah. That should be more than okay for getting the 10 ball in the side. To say the least.
Really, there, I think that
yeah,
it's a clearance that wasn't made that was definitely expected to be made.
I mean, to say the least, Lochie's been playing great so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I definitely think when it comes down to it, at the later stages of the tournament, there's an expectation to clear out from the last 4 or 5.
Definitely, yeah.
And anything other than that is really quite risky.
Exactly, yeah.
A high chance you may not make it back to the table.
Definitely. Moving on, just to discuss a couple more participants and how they played today.
Sure.
I want to go through everyone. It'd be quite nice to acknowledge everyone for coming out today. It was a really good day we had. Justin Chow and Edward qualifying through their brackets, but having some really tough final matches. Edward losing to Minjay, unfortunately had to leave early, and Justin losing to Haisum. Really tight match. I've ended up filming that one as well, so it should be good fun. Good control there from Haisum. Oh, is that a scratch though? I think it's fine, yeah. Eric and Josh as well. Josh, having qualified last year, unfortunately missed out this year, so the races to 4 format can still sort of change things quite easily. Nice little bump on the 3 as well, sort of opens things up. Pots on the 4 for a difficult bank. It's tricky, very tricky. Yeah, he tried to cut it. Difficult.
I didn't agree with that shot choice.
Yeah, I wouldn't have agreed with it either. But if he's managed to make it in the past before, something probably would have told him he could do it again.
No, I think the probability is just against you.
It is. I agree. I 100% agree with you, Mark.
That was way too much angle.
Yeah. When you got a cut like that as well, not only is the room for error very high, but just the angle in general is very uncontrollable. It's very uncontrollable, yeah.
For sure, you should have just left distance between the 2 balls. Hit the 4 ball? Quite thin. And got the cue ball to the other side of the table.
You don't want to be giving up pots, especially when you're down 3 frames.
It's very easy. Some people, I definitely know a lot of people, including myself, will find it hard if you're feeling like the momentum's not with you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're fighting against not just it's like you're already behind, I guess, and then you're not feeling very confident with your shooting.
It's hard to sort of trust yourself.
It's hard to get back in the game. Yeah. You really have to pull something out.
Exactly, yeah.
I'd argue to say that there's like not too many people who are very good at coming from behind. A lot of people who are good, obviously, when you're in front.
Yeah, definitely.
A large portion of it is just like a mental game. So. And that's a very nice hit from Lochie.
Yeah, good escape. He chose not to jump. I think it was the cue ball was too close to the blocking ball, the 8.
He's left a combination by his long table, so
yeah,
not easy.
Long table,
definitely not to control.
Not too much
the
control. 7. Yeah. See how it looks. Nice. Oh, that's well done. That's really well done.
That's really well.
That's really well done. Haisum still holding on despite being a couple of frames down.
I saw Haisum actually just make a shot almost exactly like this. It was a combination long table previous match.
Yeah.
One of the previous matches.
Yeah, definitely.
Very well controlled. I think he's got a very good system.
And good control with the 7 there too. So we're looking at a frame to be won here. You just want to slow roll that 8 in. Or would you take it in the corner? I'd take it in the side if you could.
This definitely goes in the side from what I can see.
Yeah, he's got it in the side. Yeah, so he's just got to come one rail. Beautiful.
What's important there is just controlling the speed with the cue ball.
He's a little out on that 10 ball, slightly. But again, it should be no issue.
For a player of his standard.
Yeah. For him,
focus.
It's fine. And he's got it. Made it with ease. Realigning the scores to 3-1. Placing a little bit of haste to the match. Looking forward to what's to come. Marcus, how'd you play today?
Thanks for putting me on the spot, Mark.
Oh, bro, that's just what I'm good at.
I've had better days.
You've had better days?
It was alright. I mean, it was still good. Like, everyone in my group, everyone in this tournament, I think, is at a pretty good standard. So,
I mean, yeah, it's a difficult day, bro.
It's never going to be easy.
Talk to us about your matches.
Yeah, so one of the players in my group, an outstanding player, Farhad, just about to leave. I think he made it to the quarters.
Yeah. So Farhad topped the group, advancing, but unfortunately lost to Lochie.
Yeah, I mean, I think as I said, every single matchup in this is not going to be easy, and it's really just coming down to who's playing the best on the day, who's the most comfortable with the conditions.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we're putting 4 or 5 comp winners with 4 or 5 league winners with 4 or 5 established members. It really sort of adds up. The way it's done, it just adds up, and it's fantastic. Like, people are here to try. When you're here first thing in the morning, 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., even 11 a.m., you will just hear balls going in pockets. You won't hear anyone talking. You won't hear anyone screaming, shouting. It is dead serious. The atmosphere is insane, if you ask me. It feels very professional. I mean, not that I would know what a professional match would feel like, but it has that professional feel to it, if I may say.
I mean, I'd say this is like, for this society, this is a very high level.
Yeah, for an amateur-based society, very high standard, you must say. Lochie off the mark with a nice 1 ball. Ooh. Little sloppy on that too, although had a difficult putting angle there. Haisum sort of starting to look to take chances here. How have you found, not just from today obviously, Marcus, but just your game in general, how have you found how important it is to start clearing balls out from 1 to 10?
From 1 to 10, not so much. I think that at the level you're watching, the players are very consistent in this top 16 of clearing out from like the 4 or 5. But from the break, I'd still say it's a good achievement to run the rack. And
to do it on a Burwood table as well.
Yeah, I mean, Burwood, like the cloths have been redone quite recently, so
they're amazing. I'm really enjoying them. It's bringing back a couple of it's bringing back a couple of sort of different feelings to how things usually go.
But I think actually...
Oh. Overran.
Yeah, one of the most important things that I've found, more than anything, is just keeping in your rhythm.
Yeah.
I think if you're playing good, like you're feeling...
exactly, yeah.
I don't know, you're feeling loose, I guess.
It's...
not really rigid. It's just most important that you just kind of play to your pace and not to your opponents. And
that is so important, yeah.
I found that people who kind of perfect that, they're the ones who will do really well in these competitions. So
Haisum is definitely one of those players that can keep to his own pace.
Certainly,
but
yeah.
Lochie here is one of those players that will try and force you to play at his pace. He plays quite fast, so you sort of feel like, I got to keep up with him, and that's how I felt when I last played him in the last comp.
I'm the type of person, I love to play fast.
Yeah, you do. It's because you race a lot in your head. Your thoughts race. And
I do.
It's just, you just want to get there and you just want to get into it. Like, it's just, you got this bit of an adrenaline rush.
I guess it's just, I sometimes I think quicker than I play.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Lochie right now slowed it down a little. I don't know if he's heard us. But definitely cleared out this 6 and 7.
There's definitely an advantage.
Mess up there on the 8.
There's definitely an advantage to kind of just take your time just a little bit more on the critical shot.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that generally it's more about how consistent you are with clearing out from the last few balls of the rack than necessarily about like how many racks you're going to run from the go. Like,
exactly, yeah.
Of course, at professional standard it's different, but at this level, yeah.
100%, yeah.
Just getting your fundamentals like pretty well down. It's very important.
Haisum with a great pot there.
It's got very good composure when it comes, as I said, when it comes down to clearing from the 8, 7 or 8.
A good 10. Comeback is on the way.
And definitely in 10 ball.
3-2.
Yeah. It's a close match still.
You were saying, sorry.
10 ball, 9 ball, they're all the same, roughly, when it comes down to just not missing the last ball. A lot of people have added pressure.
So why is that, do you think? The added pressure comes from that last 10
mental.
ball? Yeah. It's so weird because you think it's the last ball, I can go easy.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what happens, but if anything, it's the most important.
Yeah.
People will underestimate the importance of getting in that last ball. They'll think, I'm done, I'm here now, that's it.
No, it's just like you make the shot harder mentally. Like, I don't know why it's...
I know, yeah. One thing I might mention about the break actually is CueSoc plays the rule where we rack the 1 on the top of the head string and the 2 and 3 in the opposite corners.
And 10 ball in the center.
10 ball in the center, obviously. I mean, that's standard for everyone.
That's pretty standard.
But most interestingly about that positioning of the 2 and 3, you can see sort of where they land from this break here. That it spices the game up a bit. It makes you move a lot more from 2 to 3. You're very rarely going to find that the 2 and 3 will land in similar spots just because they're on opposite sides of the triangle. Nice touch of draw there.
Yeah, so he's just left himself the 2 in the corner.
Yeah.
With a nice angle to just kind of punch out for the 3.
Yeah, you want to sort of float up that direction, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Miscue, slightly off. Lochie with a chance now, but a difficult chance. Taking the safety route there, possibly. Where's this 2 ball going? Oh, not bad.
He's got some fortune.
Yeah, bit of luck there, but everyone deserves a little bit in pool. It'd be nice to see what Haisum takes here.
You'd be playing this one rail with
lots of inside, exactly. Not quite. Lochie definitely has a shot here, but again, the chances that you get at this level are not easy chances at all. You get given some ridiculous shots sometimes. It can get quite difficult. This is hard, especially because of the bridge. And I mean, Lochie's just nailed that.
I think that
if he
actually...
look where that cue ball's running though. I think he's okay.
I think a lot of these players have pretty good putting skills. So
and I mean, you have to.
Really, actually, more important is actually who's best at positioning the cue ball, keeping
and to add on to that, whoever's best at escaping well. I've noticed that if you mess up on escaping, your safeties that you put into, it is very easy to give out ball in hands.
I mean, I think that
ball in hands can cause great putting
to win. Here can jump,
escape well. Yeah, so the jumping is one thing.
It really helps. You don't have to kick at everything.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a nice layout here actually, just to roll forward on the 4, take the 5 in the side. If he gets a bit of angle on the 5, you can always draw just slightly back towards the rail. Get a nice shot for the 6 in the top right corner. There's a nice pattern here. You just got to keep control of the cue ball. He's made the 4, but he's not come far enough. He's going away from the 6 here, putting the 5 into the side. So he's got to maneuver it a fair bit.
Yeah.
So take a good stroke for sure.
Great control there. Beautiful.
He's made it.
Fantastic. And I think that 6 ball should go.
Oh, am I completely... I thought it didn't go. Yeah. Never mind.
Nice. A little nudge out on the 7. But from 7 to 9 should be quite natural.
Yeah, so... he should just be playing top into the corner with a touch of left-hand side. Coming out, I'm playing the 9. He's played that quite strong. He's actually ran into the 9.
But it's worked out pretty well.
To an extent. I mean, he can obviously...
Just get that cue ball forward slightly. I'd say if you can land it on the left side of the 10 from the viewing angle, it should be pretty good.
The concern here is always the potential of scratching in the side if you...
Yeah, as well. If you do tend to go forward,
going away from...
We'll see what he chooses. I mean, he's looking to play top here, or a slight bit of top, but just let that cue ball sort of glide. Here you go. He's gone in the opposite 9, the opposite side to... I was expecting him to pocket the 9, sorry.
He actually played the position really well. It's just the shot selection itself.
Exactly.
The shot was a lot harder.
He let the cloth sort of roll the cue ball. Roll the cue ball. Object ball, however, missing. Nice control from Haisum there. Fantastic.
And in these shots, I think it's just really important to stay still when you're down.
Exactly. Exactly here. I mean, this is a critical tempo right now.
One thing you'll notice about Haisum, he's got really good fundamentals.
Yeah. And that's what you need. And a little cheat on there. Oh, where's that cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going?
Straight in the pocket.
Oh, no. So that's a respotted 10 ball.
We probably will not see that.
He is unfortunately lost the frame. That is a bad way to end it. He had a great shot on the 10, but missed out, unfortunately. I didn't call the scratch.
I mean, yes,
too early on.
You can always be like, it's unlucky, but I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to putting the 10, you always do have to account if you're hitting it harder to avoid.
You need that second eye to sort of tell you.
Yeah, sometimes it comes from understanding the angle
exactly.
of what scratches and what doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it's never easy to know.
Exactly, yeah.
If you're going to, like...
Very nice, yeah.
Well, in all honesty, when I saw it coming, I knew it was going to scratch.
I think it'd be nice to have Lochie on the commentary booth if he doesn't keep making the finals, huh?
Lucky, that 6 ball as well, I putted it off the 7.
Yeah, the 6 on the 7 was pretty good. Haisum just taking a quick bathroom break. In the meantime, I might just shout out a quick word to our sponsors. So first of all, just want to thank City Heroes and their accommodation. We have honestly been really lucky and happy to have these recloth tables. I've been really enjoying everyone just coming, racing, playing on them. And the fact that we are provided with them is just great. So thank you again to City Heroes Burwood, City Heroes Town Hall, the like. Also would like to mention a good shout out to ARC as well. ARC doing us great favors by funding us, providing us the necessary means to, do well with our events. So again, very happy to be here representing CueSoc as Vice President, and very happy to have Marcus by my side here too. One of the older members in the society now.
Am I old?
Yeah, you're old now.
That's true. I feel it.
Yeah.
After playing today, I definitely feel that.
When you look at the group that we had today, actually, I was having a bit of an analysis as to see the majority of players we have here are actually in third year or more. I don't think we have anyone in second or first year here.
To be honest, that makes a lot of sense to me.
And it actually just shows the required level of skill and exposure you need to the game in order to actually make it very far. Now, Lochie's actually one of the younger players here, but I've noticed that he can put up some decent fights against some very good players. Like, you've got Justin, for example. Lochie's saying that he's been playing for a while when he was young.
When he was a little toddler.
When he was a little toddler, 5-6 years old.
Yeah, look how much he's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Lochie and Will being two of the younger players, and Raymond in third year. And you've got some of the older ones nearing the end of their mid to late 20s. I mean, it just shows that experience is just so important. Exposure to the game and to the scenarios of 10 ball is so hard. And I mean, we haven't seen too many insane break and runs today. I think I've seen a couple, but so far on this race, not any today. So it just goes to show how much room there is still for improvement for us and how much we can produce. A really fast clearance here though. I think the break obviously spread everything out, helped out on it really well. Lochie should hopefully take these next three. We'll be putting Lochie in front 5-2 if he makes this 9 and 10. Rattled. Unfortunate, very unfortunate there on the 9.
So it's one of those shots that you're just focusing more on the position.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
It's very easy to just forget to
Yeah.
hold the ball.
Yeah. Haisum with a difficult pot here though.
He just needs to make it.
Not only just make it though, where that 10 ball is located is quite a tricky spot. I mean, he's positioned himself nicely for a safety, a good two-way.
He's on the thin side, which is always...
Going with the shot on the thin side actually lines you up for a nice two-way. So, really happy to see that.
That's also a bit of experience to know that on those long shots, if you hit the object ball a bit thin, there's a chance that you'll hit the rail as opposed to going the pocket and then coming back to the center of the table, get the object ball, cue ball the other side.
Lochie looking to cut that one. Is that a scratch? That is unfortunate.
Yeah, and this...
critical moment there with the scratch. Haisum definitely having the chance to take a good lead here in his scoreline. In his mental game, obviously, will start to improve as he starts to pop more balls and trust his ability more. Critical 10 ball here, obviously. And he's nailed that. Well done. 4-3. Lochie's still up.
4-3.
But, again...
We're in for a thriller.
We're in for a thriller, yeah. That's it.
I wanted me to win the 3 frames.
I'll give a quick rundown of how CueSoc has been going. We have just had our ASOC collab. One of our first social pool collabs in a while as well, and it was a big turnout, so thank you to everyone who went to that. Really nice to see a couple of familiar faces, but also the like of those new from ASOC, so thank you again for that. Coming up in the term next week is our league finals, so very excited for that. Lochie actually going for the minor premiership on Monday. I don't think he's won minor premierships before. Now he's playing with Dylan and Denzel, the cousins, on a team. And he'll be up against Jovi's team. Jovi Jeffrey, and David. So keen to see who manages to take home the minor premiership here. If Lochie wins today and wins on Monday, big prize pool coming his way. Back to the match though, Lochie with a great shot there on the one, a great opportunity at least on the one, but unfortunately has overplayed it. Haisum with tricky control here. This shot obviously has a lot of angle, so you'll need to try and play it exactly like the way he played it. I couldn't have explained it much better than what you just saw. Punch that ball in.
I do believe so.
Nice shot there on the 2. Difficult though.
I'm amazed that these players can play at this level for so long.
Yeah.
I'm tired just sitting here
commentating. Pool is a real game. It's not just a ball and sticks on a table. Great shot there
Ball and sticks.
Oh yeah, that's really what it comes down to. It's focus. Full day of focus is what you need. They're still actually pulling off some great shots now.
Some nice help from the magic rack there. Love to see it.
Haisum looking to play safe here possibly. Sort of lock that cue ball behind the 10 ball, or at least on the long rail opposite to where the 3 ball's located, as he's just executed. Lochie now left with a couple of options. You want to play your percentages right, as we were talking before. The 3 ball in the side could be a good one. Let's see what he calls, because obviously 10 ball being call pockets, if you do end up fluking, your opponent can take advantage of that. Decent effort there. Unfortunate miss, but Haisum was still a difficult shot on that 3 ball.
What would you do here, Mark?
I would probably try and cut the 3, but difficulty is in the landing. Yeah, in the corner, in the bottom right corner. Unfortunately, Haisum's undercut it. Leaving Lochie with a combination here. Either that or he'll end up playing safe. Yeah, he's taken the safety. Again, you've got options in 10 ball. Haisum probably looking to play safe. Maybe go for a slight touch there on the thing. Yeah,
that's a good shot.
That's really good. That's really hard to execute as well.
He's on the rail, but he just needs to focus on putting this ball.
Based on the shooting angle that he had on the 3, it was hard to get movement on that, and he actually managed to get 90% of what you could say would be maximum movement for the cue ball. Beautiful shot. Yeah, I mean, that's really good. Just roll the cue ball down slightly more, and it's going to be a nice shot on the 5 here.
He's been putting the best they've ever run here today.
It would be, yeah.
From what I've seen.
I mean,
in terms of his overall performance.
And I mean, Lochie's positioning today has been fantastic. He's actually also one of the only players other than Minjay who's managed to actually put up a decent fight against Haisum. Haisum being one of our well-established members, probably what I could say an MVP of a season of league, season of Inter-Uni, or year of Inter-Uni, and winning our April comp. Like, I mean, he's got the resume filled up, to say the least. Nice shot there on the 6. Gives himself room for that 7 ball. Wants to even the frames up now. Still down 4-3 though, so mistake here could cost him. Now, obviously there's the scratch in the side pocket, but he's managed to avoid that by unfortunately missing the pot.
I saw this before he made the shot.
Tricky.
It was
definitely
very
when
tough.
You're stuck with a almost guaranteed scratch.
Yeah, it was right next to the corner.
You actually can hesitate sometimes and second guess yourself. So I think there was a bit of that. Lochie with nice movement. Good positioning for the 8.
He's going top here. He's just coming through one rail. Should land nicely on the 10. Touch of inside.
Lovely. Really lovely stuff. I mean, that is class right there. Lochie nailing the angle on the 10. So yeah, unfortunate for Haisum to go down a frame like that. Great stuff from Lochie. I didn't speak too soon.
5-3.
5-3 we're looking at.
Lochie's keen to get out of here.
Keen to go make sure he doesn't have to pay a parking fee. But I think he's already moved his car, so he should be fine. Coming up at the end of the term as well, we have a couple more social pool events. I'm really looking forward to expanding our social pool network for the last few weeks for a couple of our new members that we can get at the end of term before revving up, powering through to O Week next year. I've obviously announced our new exec team. You would have seen the post on Facebook. So very excited. Oh, nice pot there on the 10. We'll need someone to respot that. We do not play a win as spotting on the 10. Lochie's happy to respot it. Haisum is to agree if he likes to respot.
What are you talking about? It doesn't have to agree at all.
Yeah, I mean, you can complain if it's not a good respot, obviously. You'll see people who take this game a bit too seriously, Marcus, huh? Like you. You will always complain. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Ooh, rattled.
Ooh.
Rattled. Ending the term, we have our April comp as well. Lochie still yet to win our April comp, I believe. So he'll be firing strong there. Haisum already having won it 2 years ago now. Unfortunate scratch there from Haisum. Are we looking to see a clearance here? I'm not sure. That 7 and 8 is tricky. Good movement with the cue ball there. Definitely great for the 4 ball there. Nicely done there by Lochie as well. Has he managed to make it past the 6 ball? I don't think so. He's hooked himself. He's a little upset, but will we get to see a jump? A successful jump. I haven't seen many successful jumps today. Will was actually jumping really well. Lochie's convinced he's going to get this one, but it's hard. You have obviously going airborne.
So Lochie uses the Venom trick shots jump cue. So we're expecting to see a trick shot.
Now the way he's jumping actually using the bridge, I'd assume it would be because he can't reach.
Yeah, it's a bit too far out. So.
Oh, not jacked up enough there, unfortunately. Giving away a ball in hand to Haisum. Nice shot there, good control. I mean, a little bit of stunt. Will he be able to possibly break up that pack there of the 7-8, or is it a matter of him just angling it almost perfectly to get that 7 ball in the pocket? Yeah, so he's gone with not going for a breakout option, and he's probably just going to try and squeeze that 7 into the corner pocket. Nicely done. And he's drawn back maybe slightly too far. But
it's one of those shots where you just want to draw it, but you just really get into your stroke and then
exactly.
Go a bit too much.
That's definitely something that can happen. Nicely done there with the 8. A difficult 9 as well, long table. We'll have to come back for the 10 as well. I think he's just going to draw it back. Marcus, what do you think? Lots of backspin.
Yeah, I definitely think backspin is the prudent choice. Touch draw here.
Oh, unfortunate. Oh,
this is disaster.
Lochie definitely not giving that one back.
This is disaster.
And
Lochie really just needs to focus on making the 10 ball here.
Yeah. And Lochie's on the hill. He's made it. A fantastic make there from Lochie, actually. Really well done. When you aren't focused sitting down and you get put on the table just to shoot a 10, it's actually not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as it looks, and he made that look really simple. So props to Lochie there, obviously. Well done getting on the hill.
Just a little thought.
Yes.
But in most of our singles competitions, in the finals, we generally do not see hill-hill, do we?
We have seen a couple. We've seen a couple.
I think our last Invitational also went 7-3.
Was it? Yeah, it would have been.
So
I think I've seen one hill finish. Would have been the 9-ball final, I think, between Leon and Justin. That one went hill from memory.
that's true.
That's the only one I've seen, actually, in all the finals videos I've watched. Dry break, unfortunately, there from Lochie. But going hill in 10-ball, I mean, is just back and forth, shots being fired. It is something that you need to be just super focused on the whole time. Haisum with a difficult 2. Rolls it really nicely as well. To get from 3 to 4 here is not too bad. Just a little touch. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I think I'd come forward here on the 4, go straight to the 5, and I think it shouldn't be too bad.
Wait, that's a compliment. It's a compliment because perfect ball is boring.
Slightly forward there. Now, he did play below center, but didn't really put any force into it, and when you play the ball below center and let it glide, it just works out really nicely. That 5 ball there, going straight into the corner. 1 to 5, pretty successfully ran from Haisum here. Nice little touch there on the 6. He's definitely getting into his rhythm now. There we go.
And we'd all love to see a hill thriller.
Haisum here taking a bit of time to think about what to do on that 8. Punched it in. Punched it. That is fantastic. I mean, he's run 1 to 8 now with 1 visit at the table. 9 and 10 here look pretty stock standard here.
Sure, you must have.
Bit of silence here for Haisum. Smacks that 10 ball in. That is fantastic. That is a run out. That is a run out. I didn't see one today. So I'm very happy. Lochie broke dry. Haisum with a run out. That is not easy at all. Maybe a great break from Lochie, to say the least. A great dry break. Just made it very easy for Haisum. 6-4 the score is now.
Shots are being fired. That's all.
For sure, for sure. 6-4 now though. The template rack being used today is actually helping the breaks a lot. Really sort of tightening the spread. Very nice. Very nice break. He's got that ball from the second row in the side pocket, that 8 ball. But a difficult shot here on the 1. Lochie looking at a chance here. Haisum maybe calling to push out. Obviously could... Has not called a push out here. Would that be a push foul there? He's obviously hit it outside the line of the 90 degrees, so I think he's okay.
No, it's not a push. It's not a push.
Yeah, not a push out. Would you have pushed out there, Marcus? I would have, personally. And Lochie again, another player. Both these players here love to take push outs, so I would have actually just made a very, very, very hard shot and seen them take it. They don't usually like to give up push outs because they love taking chances.
Lochie's made a good save.
I think the safety's quite nice.
5 and 4.
Yeah. Nicely done, but
yeah,
unfortunate
so
with the scratch.
Where, yeah, the kick is
scratchable.
It's a bit deceiving.
Deceiving.
It's very, very easy to scratch if you hit the bottom side of the
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good shot by Lochie for sure.
I thought so too. I might mention actually, having this invitational event actually got a lot of people to come to the table, Marcus, don't you agree? I felt a lot more people started practicing and playing.
Yeah.
Definitely providing some good business to Burwood in the process. Very nice safety there from Lochie, similar to the one played earlier in the race, just locking the cue ball up behind an object ball nearby. Did it without the ball in hand, however, so really good stuff.
This is not looking good because now is on the second foul. Haisum is on 2 fouls in a row.
Yes, definitely.
And it's very, very likely that Lochie will be playing for 3 fouls.
If
he doesn't feel confident with the
yeah, if the run isn't too good here.
Maybe he does feel it because he didn't play it.
I don't know if that 2 ball will squeeze past the 3. It's quite a tricky shot there. He's called it in the side, and has he snookered himself?
This is
he
not
has. Good. Yeah, not sure that was the best choice he could have gone with there. But maybe looking to play a pretty hefty kick here. Oh, unfortunate there.
Himself fouled now. So it has to be questioned, was that the right decision to not play for the 3 foul?
Exactly.
You know,
especially when you're up 6-4, you want to be putting pressure.
At the most, he has to run from the 1. So,
exactly.
You know, like...
This is pretty much...
Maybe it was the wrong choice.
3, 4, 5, 6 pretty much lines itself up there. Nice little touch there.
Touch of inside.
2 rails.
Well, I think it's run just a bit too far.
Little bit of table roll there, nudging the cue ball around. Nevertheless,
He's
very good.
Have to play safe here. I don't see him playing the combination.
Yeah.
Interesting how he's playing this. Certainly you want to get distance between the object ball and the cue ball if you're playing safe from here. So
You do, yeah.
looking to come some rails. Oh, this is a good shot. Just put the 5 ball on the almost on the end rail. Cue ball far away. Look, you played the right line to hit the 5 on the right hand side from the camera angle.
Yes.
To get behind the 10 ball, which is now put Haisum into
going for the bank,
he has
long
to
table.
go for the jump shot here.
Oh, so he's calling the jump bank. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, very close. Good effort. Jeez, we were looking at
Still.
Yeah.
He's on the rail.
Yeah.
No easy out.
So what's Lochie taking here? Is he taking a cut or is he just playing safe? I think he'll just be playing safety here.
Okay, he's
Possibly sold out.
He's left the pot, but it's not easy.
Lochie can't be throwing around shots like that, unfortunately.
Needs to not rush this one.
Definitely. He has to
shot.
still remember that his opponent's still on the hill.
And he's played it perfectly.
Very nice on the 5.
Has to make sure to make these 4 balls left on the table.
Very nice.
Good position. Just needs to roll this forward. 7 into the top right corner.
Oh, that's lovely. That is fantastic. That's a good shot. Haisum winning back the momentum now.
Certainly favourite to make
Just
the
needs
9.
to focus on these 2 balls. Lovely stuff. I think he played that more with sort of stun, bit of side
He had
there.
a bit of angle, so
that really
going
actually
into the
worked out
round.
even better than just coming and drawing back for that.
Well, he had a bit of angle, so he had
Yeah.
to
And shooting the 10 perfectly. That is
Oh,
fantastic. Lochie taking his bathroom break now. Haisum now edging his way towards the hill. If Lochie wins 1, it's game over. If Haisum wins 2, it's game over.
it must be said, momentum is not in anyone's favour right now.
It hasn't actually been the whole race. Maybe Lochie had a slight shift earlier on,
Lochie had his chance. I
but
think
that may have just been a bit due to luck.
I think the shot on the potential 3 foul, instead going for the run out, may have been a mistake.
Exactly. And these
Of course,
decisions
we can see that in retrospection.
these decisions you got to make on the spot. It's quite hard. players will look back at their races and realise that
I might ask him after why he didn't.
Yeah. I don't think Lochie tends to take the 3-foul rule too often. Too
But
often.
he was already on
3-foul
2,
option.
and there was still, 8 or 9 balls left. On the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah. To run 8 balls it's not easy. You have to be very well versed in your positioning and pattern play and everything. A quick rundown actually on the prizes today. First place will be taking home a $150 gift card voucher. Let's get back to this interesting situation here. We are looking at a scratch on the break.
So Lochie's coming to the table. I think, did he make 1 or 2 balls?
2 balls. Only 1. 2 if you include the cue ball.
So just 1 ball.
Now, in 10 ball and 9 ball, obviously, keep in mind that the cue ball can actually be placed anywhere on the table. You don't have to shoot from behind the line forward as we do in 8 ball. A rule that I should have mentioned maybe slightly earlier in the video.
So I think Lochie will be feeling quite a bit of pressure here because he's been on the hill for 2 frames?
Yeah, definitely.
And is potentially wants to avoid at all costs hill.
Exactly, yeah.
I think the run out is quite difficult just because of where the 3 ball is.
Beautiful touch there. Tricky on the 2.
The 3 ball is very hard to position for him.
It is, yeah. So he might be going for a breakout here if he is choosing that option, but maybe he's
a really good safety shot.
I don't know if that was intentional. I'd say it was. I think it would be. Maybe Lochie's just saying that it's intentional, so he feels.
I definitely think.
Haisum with a really tricky jump there.
This was a bit rushed from Haisum.
Yes, rushed, and also not much distance to jump up.
So with the ball in hand, Lochie can actually break out the 3 ball here if he plays this right.
Now, how would you plan on breaking it out, Marcus?
Me personally, I always prefer to go forwards and backwards.
Yeah. So you obviously take the.
I'd go the 2 in the side.
Which side? So you'd go the longer distance and then forward into it, but Lochie's obviously going backwards, going the other way.
Lochie's playing safe.
Playing safe.
So he's going for the 3 foul, finally.
Interesting, yeah.
I think so.
Let's see if Haisum can escape now. Yep, he's told him to. When you have a 3 foul situation, you need to actually warn your opponent that they have done 2 consecutive fouls in a row.
Haisum has to hit the 2 ball here. Let's take his time. Cannot afford to miss this. And that's game.
That is the most spectacular ending to a frame I have seen. Lochie taking home Invitational for Term 3, 2022. He's ready to win League. He's ready to win Minor Premiers. I mean, he is on fire. That is a great way to win the race. Lochie taking a home 7-5 against Haisum. A great performance from Haisum regardless. I was thrilled to see him play today in the final, as well as with Lochie. Thank you again to our sponsors, City Heroes and ARC. It is fantastic to have you here. Obviously, my name's Mark. You've heard me enough times.
Thank you.
Marcus here as well, providing great input for the players and the playing conditions here. Thank you again to all our viewers, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video and hearing from you all. Please come to our events as always. The more people, the better, but sounds good, and see you around.